Barack Obama is calling for religious tolerance ahead of the 9th anniversary of the September 11 terror attacks. The US President has asked Americans not to turn against each other amid the fallout over a pastor's threat to burn copies of the Koran. North America correspondent Craig McMurtry reports.
It's a commentary of our times. A little-known pastor in Florida with only 50 followers is using his newfound notoriety to turn a threat to burn copies of the Koran into a negotiation.
I have his word that he will move the mosque to a different location.
But the imam in New York behind the controversial plan to build an Islamic community centre 2 blocks from Ground Zero insists he made no such promise. And in Washington, the US President weighed in again, urging Americans not to turn on each other on the eve of September 11.
Part of my concern is to make sure that we don't start having a whole bunch of folks all across the country think this is the way to get attention.
With violent protests in Afghanistan, the FBI, US Commander General David Petraeus and the Secretary of Defence have all tried to intervene. Barack Obama used his first full press conference in months to call for unity and common sense.
We've got millions of Muslim Americans, our fellow citizens in this country. We don't differentiate between them and us. It's just us.
And the President offered his clearest endorsement yet of the mosque project.
If you could build a church on a site, you could build a synagogue on a site, if you could build a Hindu temple on a site, then you should be able to build a mosque.
On this 9/11 anniversary, protests are expected in Lower Manhattan tomorrow. The increasingly erratic Pastor Jones says he won't burn the Koran. He's planning to fly to New York instead. Craig McMurtry, ABC News, Washington.